Hi, this is Tim of the 1916 Company. Welcome and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email us, Team Mosso at the 1916company.com. It's in the description below. Your purchase and pricing email question line for buying this or any watch you see on any of our platforms. Please reach out to us directly. Email tmosso at the 1916company.com. Today, we're discussing the Armin Strom manual wind water. Yes, water, one of the four traditional elements. It is the inspiration for this model, which was debuted back in 2010, and there were several different kinds: earth, fire, water, and air. So you're looking at the water model right here in steel, 43.5 millimeters. The example you see, a 100-piece limited edition. This particular unit was retailed in 2016. So 43.5 in diameter, 13.1 millimeters thick, and then 52.5 millimeters from lug to lug, with a 22 millimeter spacing between the lugs. This was a 100-piece limited edition. It is in steel with a couple of choice finishes, but we'll talk about that in a moment. It's a large watch. Because of its lug to lug span, I recommend you wear this watch on a wrist of 17 centimeters circumference and up. You can see, well, it's not particularly thick, and it will slide under a cuff. It is very broad, and I believe both the down the barrel shot and the over the top shot illustrate that my wrist is maybe just too small for this watch. So 17 centimeter circumference wrists and up. The strap is a meaty hornback alligator. We're used to seeing this cut on straps for AP Royal Oak offshores, but here on a quasi-dress watch, it's a bold choice. It's very robust. It's an expensive cut of the gator, and as you can see, dark blue with a white contrasting stitch. We have super thick cut profiles, so you can see how much leather they give you. And then on the bottom, it's a calf skin, and you can see that it features absolutely no crimping, absolutely no gouging. It's a brand new factory strap. Taking a quick look, we have a buckle, Armin Strom, a combination of satin and polish. That is the company logo. We have a primarily satinated buckle, and then we have a pin in polish to contrast nicely. The case features vertical satination on its flanks and lugs, and then the case back, the bezel, and the lug hoods, along with the lug bevels, are all polished for contrast. We have the Armin Strom crown with a combination of polish and media blast, and then we have the chin, which is an element common on many Armin Strom watches, intended to allow a small amount of customization, such as, for example, initials. The dial has a ripple-like center. This is Armin Strom's manufacturer caliber, and if you're wondering what it's called, they tell you right on the back. The AMW11. Now, Armin Strom only became a manufacturer in 2009. Previously, the company's focus had been on elaborately skeletonized and engraved movements from major manufacturers cased up in uniquely ornate dress combinations, whereas this watch right here is all original in terms of style and engineering. We have an off-centered ring with a concentric pattern for reading your hours and your minutes. There is some lume, and I'm going to show you that now. The watch includes a very visible dial side mainspring barrel, as well as motion work. So you can see the intermediate wheel, the hour wheel, the minute wheel pinion, and I'm able to quickly adjust all of this forward or backwards, with a crown that has almost no dead angle, and it's very secure. It doesn't wobble at all. It's firmly anchored and solid. It imparts an impression of great strength and solidity. We have a ripple-like Côte de Genève pattern, and then you can see we also have a combination of polished screws and a striped Armin Strom nameplate over at 3 o'clock. You can see that the depth of the dial is excellent, with the hour ring and the applique numerals sitting proud of the rest of this dial, and nicely done in that regard. You can also see the bridge for the motion works features beveled edges, which is a nice element of attention to detail. The watch is 50 meters water resistant. At Armin Strom, their watchmakers are also engravers and talented in skeletonization. So this kind of freehand engraving is done in-house. You can see a combination of that Côte de Genève ripple-like pattern with solarization on the crown wheel and the ratchet wheel. We have polished screws once again. You can see that this is number 22 of the 100. You can also appreciate that this is a free-sprung balance with a full balance bridge for great shock resistance. distance, and the free-sprung balance allowing for very precise adjustment. We have a 5-day manual wind power reserve, so 120 hours, and it beats weight 18,000 vibrations per hour, pivoting, as you can see, on 20 joules. And there's an uncommon use of engine turning on the bridge, which is handsome and effective. You can also see that there are 2 sharp interior angles where the beveling of the bridge meets at a sharp crease. So that's always something very impressive that I look for on a luxury watch. And again, a nice slow beat rate, 18,000 vibrations per hour. There is an overcoil hairspring, so in every position, the watch will keep consistent time regardless of gravity. And you can see this has been adjusted in 5 positions, which is the high horology and chronometer standard. Taking a quick look, you can see there's even a little bit of internal beveling of the wheels of the drivetrain, which is supremely impressive. And you can see just how broad and mirrored the bevels are on the edge of these bridges. Tremendously impressive and attractive. A small brand out of BN, Armin Strom, doesn't make a lot of watches, but has proved to be exceptionally accomplished in terms of invention, imagination, watchmaking, and decoration. If you love this watch, email Team Mosso at the1916company.com for purchase and pricing details.